You hearing this?
It's a big goal.
Is to finish this thing completely.
I can literally go to sleep right now on the floor. I'm so tired.
You burn the midnight oil and you get new ideas, which you might have noticed something in the background. David, just pan for like 10 seconds.
1 second.
Before this video gets started, let me show you guys something awesome.
We finally got a trailer for the giveaway, and that setup is just on point, and it's going to one person. And with this giveaway just moving right along, guys, we're gonna do our first throw-in. And of course, we got some sick Milwaukee tool sets right here. We got this 4-piece combo right there. We got some mechanic tool sets. We got the big impacts. Those are always awesome to have. We have some new spot blowers right there. We got all sorts of stuff. Look at these pack out bags. Those are super sick, but the grand prize is definitely these leaf blowers. So we got these epic Echo leaf blowers. It's fall time. Leaves are falling. Get your yard looking right. So guys, you may get that set up right there, or you may get some tools in your order. So it's a win-win. That's only for 24 hours only. So check out gunsquad.com. Check out all the official rules, and good luck.
Dude, that is so sick.
OEM right there.
That is original. Look at that glass right there, boys. No buffing required. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna continue on our rolled over Raptor R, and we're gonna try to make as much progress as we possibly can. So previously we repaired a major body damage, which was this whole entire cab side. We got a brand new skin installed. It's glued on, it's riveted on, professionally done, and it turned out amazing. Now it's time to focus on our bedside. So the difference between the cab side and the bedside is the bedside not only has outer skin damage, but it also has some inner damages. But the good thing is we literally have all of the parts here at the garage. So we're excited to actually tackle this right here. So right now, we're gonna go ahead and rip apart all this trim right here, get out those rivets, try to pop this whole entire side off along with any other damaged parts.
Goes.
Dang. Wow.
That's just crazy.
That is awesome. That's cool how these suckers are built, man.
Just glue and some rivets. So this is the inner structure. Right off the bat, it does not look bad at all, but honestly, it's actually pushed in like 2 to 3 inches. It's supposed to be a lot flatter than that. But we have this entire piece, and it actually is a pretty simple swap as well. It's only these rivets right here, nothing else, or maybe some on top over here. And that's it. And we got this whole entire panel. Let's go ahead and look at it. I don't think we ever showed him the whole panel because we got a lot of new parts right here. But
Heck
look,
yeah.
Got the whole entire piece, and we're just gonna swap this thing right in there just like this. And dude, then that outer piece goes on and should be good. And all this stuff is still good. I mean, this is all straight. Looks like somebody went and had a lot of fun in it probably.
Somebody took this thing in the mud. I'll tell you that right there.
No big, that's what these trucks are made to do. But I'll say we go ahead and keep on working on this piece right here, try to get it off. Dude, in no time, we'll just glue it right back on.
So the bedside is fully installed and it looks amazing. We got the inner piece on as well. A lot less rivets than the cab side, but man, that looks amazing right there. We did have to do some regular rivets in a few areas just because our hydraulic press actually can't get to some of these sections, but that's what Ford calls for right there. So it looks amazing. Everything lines up pretty dang good. Taillight fell right into place, but the tailgate actually has too big of a gap right here. So we got this ratchet strap up in here. We cranked it and it actually fell into place right there. But right now we actually need to over pull it because once you release it, the gap opens back up. And it makes sense because it was hit right here and it kind of pulled that section this way. And we have another little issue. We shut the tailgate and there's no, this is just an only electronic tailgate. So there's no other way to open it, I guess.
Whose idea was that, man?
Well, you're just not thinking.
It's not the old school stuff, and this one is electronic, like up and down, so
yeah,
it's a little bit harder to open up, but I think we can take off this panel on the inside right there.
Yeah, I think we can get to that
it.
mechanism or hot wire it, open it back up, and then after we figure out the gappage, we're gonna go ahead and start working on paint prepping, which I guess the most important thing is, what color are we gonna paint this thing?
Dude, I don't know. You know, since I'm painting, I'm trying to lean towards the black because it'll be a lot easier, but the Raptor does look good in black.
It does. I think honestly,
what did you want? You wanted like a Miami blue?
I was gonna go like crazy Miami blue or maybe like an orange Viper or a Corvette orange. Nobody's ever done that to a Raptor.
I don't know, man. Football season started. I don't want no Tennessee colors.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm thinking maybe we should
wrap it.
Yeah, exactly. We should stick to the original plan. Maybe just paint it original color and then wrap it.
What
with
if we do that
color.
matte
PPF?
satin like we did on the Hellcats?
That would look sick.
That would look insane.
We're gonna brainstorm as we're working. Let's go ahead and figure out the tailgate situation, and then let's prepare for the paint booth. All right, guys, so we got our first bit of parts painted here, and as you guys can tell, we ended up going with the original color. Now, I know it's not the most exciting, but it's gonna allow us to finish up this truck a lot faster. And we're thinking maybe later on, once the truck is all done, maybe we could do like a PPF or a crazy wrap on top. Either way it goes, it's still gonna look good. But the main thing is to get this truck finished up. And look at that, dude. Look at all the metallics in that paint right there. The bed is done. We also managed to fit in this trim piece right here and 2 fenders. Look at that, dude.
Dude, they look amazing, man. That color looks good as well.
Dude, it's gonna look sick when it's all together, but of course, we'll do some changes to it once, you know, we get the cosmetics or just like the stuff that's damaged fixed up.
The whole truck done, man.
Exactly. So right now it's time to focus on the cab side.
So the cab side should go pretty quick. I mean, we really don't have much to sand right here. The only thing that's gonna probably take the longest is washing all the mud off from underneath this thing and where that bed used to be, because we don't want no dust and mud inside the paint booth. And on top of that, I think we're gonna try to replace this upper glass because we don't want too much water going in here when we're washing it. Then after everything's said and done, I think we got a little bit of seam sealer put on the roof, on the back, then we'll be ready for some color.
Ready? I'm ready. Slow down, you're gonna have to do a couple layers.
Yeah.
No way.
Hey, what is that?
Seam sealer. Now, where did you get this tool, dude? Are you kidding me?
I'm telling you.
Dude, that is so sick.
It's OEM right there.
That is original. This is what we've been lacking. We've been used to like doing it by like a brush.
Dude, with paint on there,
Dude,
it's gonna look original.
What the heck? We've always wondered, how do we replicate the factory seam sealer, and what does this device do? It just like puts air in here and then it spins the tip or something?
It spins the tip, and the amount of air that goes through there, it makes different patterns. So at first you can make splatter pattern, you know, to get like different type of
textures
like OEM cars do, and that's pretty much identical to that, dude. That's insane, dude. I've always wanted to replicate OEM stuff, and now they have like simple stuff like this, new technology nowadays.
Dude,
man.
we're getting better and better at the rebuilding game every single day, especially with these new tools. Man, I can't wait to see what it looks like with some paint, man.
It's gonna look like this has never been touched before.
Alrighty guys, so we got the Raptor R outside of the paint booth. Everything went nice and smooth, looks nice and crispy. Seam sealer does look a lot better with that paint on it. But now it's time to focus on literally the last of our paint work, which we picked up some doors. So we got 2 new doors, we got that door, and we got 1 good door that we're not gonna paint, right?
We're not gonna paint. So we just gotta paint these, and we gotta paint the insides and obviously the outsides. And this is not no simple task. Doors are always the hardest, right?
Yeah, because you know, you gotta set them up. You gotta completely tear them apart, and then you gotta set them up in a way where you can paint bottom, top, So this is gonna be the most time consuming part of our paint work, but once that's done, dude,
easy.
we can focus on assembly, dude.
Assembly and like painting the little things. I think we got like a handle to paint. Like we're gonna color match the grill, which that's gonna look really good. And then I think
framework.
after that we got framework.
That's gonna be.
I feel like that's easier than paintwork though.
I think it's gonna go smooth. We just gotta figure out how to take that big old thing off that frame machine right there,
for real.
dude.
We'll figure something out. But once we get it all painted, we're gonna have literally the parts, most of them on the truck. It's gonna look finished. We just gotta get that frame a little bit pulled right there.
That's right. So let's get these suckers knocked out, and then we can focus on some other major things.
The doors are finally painted. They turned out beautiful. We weren't able to throw the hood in there. Those just pretty much took up the whole paint booth. But now we are back onto the truck right here, and you can tell we got the bed ready to go because we're gonna start reassembling this thing. You know what I mean? Might as well do it while they're drying, you know?
Yes, sir. It's assembly time. We're gonna probably start with the bed, get it on, fully trimmed out and everything.
The new fender flare, everything. And then I would think we're gonna go ahead and throw in the rear glass and then start reassembling some of the inside. Maybe even go ahead and do the airbags, do the whole interior. I mean, we can go ahead and do all that stuff.
That's right, yeah. We're gonna have to do all new seat skins. That new red interior is gonna look pretty dang sick in there,
It's gonna look clean in there. And then, dude, once we're done with the interior, it's all uphill from there, or downhill. What's easier, downhill?
I think it's uphill,
it's
man.
It's all downhill from there, dude.
It's gonna be easy, light work, dude.
Fenders, hood, all that fun stuff. But right now, let's just go ahead and continue. Throw this bed on here, see if all three of us can handle it, and start putting it back together.
Look at that glass right there, boys. No buffing required. check this out, guys. So we are just throwing in our new seat skins. It's super late. Honestly, I think it's like, what, midnight right now?
Yeah.
We're pushing midnight here, but we're just trying to get this thing done. So we're just making it happen over here. But we found out, of course, we've seen this earlier, there is speakers in the headrest. So it was definitely a little bit of a challenge to get this out right here. It's got 2 plugs, but we got it done. Also, check that out in there. Look at those seat skins, dude. Those are pretty sweet. They got the Raptor right there, so that's awesome. And then, of course, you got more leather, like in this section. You got a little bit of red, so that's super sweet right there. It definitely still flows with this interior.
It's
you know
an
what I mean?
upgrade right there, dude.
Definitely. And these are brand new. The seat skins that we bought off of eBay are brand spanking new.
Yeah, somebody took them off their new truck, probably went with a custom, like, entire custom seat skins, but we're just going with OEM. But it's an upgrade for us, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. And it's just definitely tedious, especially on the fingers, because with these seats, you got like these special clips that you got to really like push on, that way you don't break them. So we're managing to, you know, make it happen the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. I can literally go to sleep right now on the floor. I'm so tired.
He's been saying that he's just super tired, but hey, we're gonna at least try to get the seats done, the new airbags in the seats as well. But hey, we're having a good time. We got a little bit of football going in the background over there. We're just chilling, making it happen, brainstorming new ideas. Dude, that's what you do. You burn the midnight oil and you get new ideas, which you might have noticed something in the background. David, just pan for like 10 seconds.
1 second. That's good, man.
I mean, I've thrown it into the background, so we'll
talk about that later.
That's a future project right there. We might even talk about it in the next video with the Raptor, because it has, although that's a TRX, it has something to do with the Raptor. Is that too much?
Let's not focus on that right now.
Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Let's keep on moving. Let's try to get these seat skins on and try to get more of this interior complete. All right, so tons of progress has been made, dude.
Oh, dude, full interior is pretty much in, dude.
Look how sick these seats are, man.
Super sick, especially when the light shines. You can actually see the red and stuff like that. But my favorite thing is how the Raptor logo is now on the rear seats.
Yeah, on the rear for sure. It definitely needs to be like tightened up. So these are brand spanking new. So we kind of stretched them, or I guess the previous owner kind of
stretched them, taking them off, and then we stretched them, putting them on in the sun, and then we can even run a steamer through them. They'll be all right.
Yeah, they'll look brand spanking new.
They're not ripped, you know. Airbags are in and everything, dude.
All the airbags are in, dude. Knee bag.
cleaned it up a little bit. We didn't throw the steering bag in because we noticed we need a clock spring and we need like one sensor back here. So we'll order that and just have this thing tidied up, man.
Yep, that's right. And that sensor down there is a super interesting one. What do you even call it?
I think it's
right
a
there?
collapsible steering sensor. It actually goes off, and then the steering just like falls or gets loose during accidents. You need that because a lot of people get stuck in some pretty bad accidents. So I don't think this one actually blew, but some of these buttons are not working. So.
Oh, and we also need an SRS module.
Oh yeah, no, I think we might have got one. We need to throw it in. I think we got a new one. So
That's going to be easy, dude. We knocked out the most difficult things, and you're kind of just trying to clear some codes.
yeah, clear some codes.
Because this thing don't want to drive.
I had 39 codes. Now we're down to 10, man. I think we're good.
We're getting there, dude.
I mean, the whole front end is missing, so that the engine stuff is where the codes are, you know.
So basically, the reason why this thing isn't driving is because I guess the doors are open and the hood is open. That's what it's reading. So like, these newer vehicles have that where you can't put it in drive. So
yeah, we got lucky when we first got it because you know the doors were together.
Yeah,
and then we started taking stuff apart.
And sometimes it will work. So
yeah, if you fool with it, but since we don't have coolant, we don't want to sit there with the engine on fooling with it too long.
Yeah,
you know?
but no big deal. We're able to move this thing around with the forklift as much as we need. But as soon as we get this front end together, the doors together, it'll, of course, that code is going to be disappearing.
Clear
you know
everything. I mean? This thing will be ready to drive.
That's right. And in the next video, our goal, you hearing this? Is
big goal.
Is to finish this thing completely. Framework, together, aftermarket stuff too.
Paint work, all sorts of stuff, man.
I mean, we just got, a hood and a grill. So, I mean, literally, we knocked out so much. I mean, we worked late, you know, got here early, and we just tried to just crank on this thing as much as possible.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, stay tuned for the next one, guys.
She'll be finished.
That's right.